Hello and welcome to the obarcelona.com 3D video guide, where we're going to take you on a fantastic tour of the city and show you all the important sites. I'm Paul.
And I'm Lucy, and we both work for obarcelona.com, which is one of the top holiday accommodation providers and all-round experts in Barcelona.
So we're going to start off with a little bit of geography first of all. Barcelona is in Catalonia, which is a region in the northeast of Spain. It's right on the Mediterranean, and that means it's one of the few big European cities where you can go shopping, you can go sightseeing, and you can top up your tan on the beach all in the same day.
So we'll start with the view you might see from your window as you fly into Barcelona here. Now you can see some of the 6 beaches which are all located in the centre of Barcelona and are really popular throughout the year. They were actually developed in 1992 for the Olympic Games, and the whole area we're looking at now was majorly revamped and renamed Villa Olimpica, which means the Olympic Village.
In the background you can see Torre Agbar, which is one of the main green spaces in the city centre, and the Barcelona Zoo is actually located there as well. And then moving down to Barceloneta and the beach, this was the old fishing area, but now it's really more famous for its tapas bars and its seafood restaurants.
And it's a great area to consider if you like to be by the beach, or maybe if you're looking for a bit of luxury, then take a look at the W Hotel at the end of the stretch.
On the 26th floor of the W, you will actually find the Eclipse Bar, and that is the first of 5 points we recommend to get the best views of the city. Moving on from the hotel, we come to the port where the big cruise liners come in to dock.
Now the main airport is actually in this direction too, about 11 kilometres south of the city, and you can get there by train, bus or taxi. From
the centre, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't confuse it with Girona or Reus. Those 2 airports are much further away. Information on how to get to and from them is you can find it on our blog.
So we'll now head up to Montjuic, which means Hill of the Jews in Catalan. And there's loads to do up here on the hill because there's so much green space. You can go for walks, bike rides, picnics.
And we recommend that, you're looking at the castle just now, we recommend you take a cable car up there. This is actually the second of our top 5 viewing points. As you can see there, it's also the home of the Joan Miró Art Museum and the Olympic Stadium. And again, the stadium was for the 1992 Games. Moving on to Plaza España, we have the National Museum of Art in Catalonia, and also Pueblo Español, which is it's a mini town made up of replicas of famous buildings from around Spain.
So this area is really great at night, where there's a light, water and music show known as the Magic Fountain. And if you go to our blog, you can see more photos that will give you a better idea of how really spectacular it is. So now we're heading off to the Sants area of Barcelona.
Over to Camp Nou, and this is a true mecca for sports fans. This stadium is massive, it really is impressive. It holds over 100,000 people. And
if you're not lucky enough to get a ticket, you can still take a tour around the stadium, which is a really fantastic experience nonetheless. And you can get a discount if you're a client of Barcelona, so visit our blog for more info on that.
Heading off down towards the sea with Poble Sec area on the right and Raval on the left. And we arrive at the Christopher Columbus statue, and in the background there we have Mare Magnum Shopping Centre and the aquarium.
And the IMAX 3D cinema.
Now the statue itself marks the end of La Rambla, which is the most famous street in Barcelona. And as you see on the left there as well, we have the Maritime Museum.
So if we head up the Ramblas, you'll actually have the Barrio Gótico to your right and the Raval area on your left. So these 2 parts make up 2 of the 4 areas of the old town in Barcelona, and they're a really great place to stay if you want to be right in the centre of everything that's going on. La Rambla, or Las Ramblas as it's also called. Because
there's actually 6 parts to the street.
Yeah, exactly. There's so much to see on these 6 parts. There's the Guell Palace, there's Plaza Real.
On the right there.
Liceu Theatre.
On the left.
Which regularly has operas and ballets, and there's also La Boqueria Market. This is on the left-hand side as well. Which is a great place to buy seafood. The Joan Miró Mosaic on the floor. And there's also lots of human statues and street performers all the way along the street throughout the year.
Basically, you would think that La Rambla would be the busiest street in Barcelona, but that honour is actually held by Portal de l'Àngel. and that's because it's the main shopping street in Barcelona, and it runs down from Plaza Catalunya, just on the from the corner there of our Corte Inglés.
So our Corte Inglés is a big department store on Plaza Catalunya, and the square is a real central point of Barcelona, has really good transport links.
That includes actually the airport bus which goes to and from Plaza Catalunya out to the main international airport.
So leading off from the square is Passeig de Gracia, the most exclusive street in Barcelona with lots of cafes and terraces.
Which is fantastic for people watching, to be honest.
Exactly, and it cuts through the area of Eixample, which translates as expansion. This is a reference to the growth of the city at the hands of a Catalan architect, Cerdà.
Now, our offices are actually located here, I'm very happy to say. It's a fantastic location to be in. And actually, the Passeig de Gracia itself, you could really call it Gaudi Street too, because two of his most famous works are located here. First of these is Casa Batllo, and the second further up is La Pedrera.
Now, between these two buildings, there's loads of great high-end shops like Louis Vuitton, Chanel and Tiffany. And once you get to La Pedrera, take a look up at the roof, as the chimney tops are a particularly famous image of Barcelona.
La Pedrera is also known as Casa Milà, casa meaning house, and yes, it was indeed designed to be lived in. Gaudi actually put lifts on every second floor, trying to force the residents to actually get to know each other. People still live there.
So here you can see the crisscross layout of the streets in Eixample and the octagonal shape of the buildings. So these were designed specifically to make the area as spacious and light as possible. And now we're approaching the Sagrada Familia. Now this is without doubt the most stunning building in Barcelona.
Again, this is a Gaudi creation. He started working on this building in 1883. He didn't finish, unfortunately, and since then other architects have stepped in to try and complete the project.
So the Pope consecrated the church recently, and so it's now known as a basilica, and a climb to the top is well worth it, and this makes it our third recommended viewing point of the city.
Book online, book in advance, because the queues can be horrendous.
So back towards the water and Villa Olimpico, which is where we began our tour, you can see the monumental bull ring.
In the foreground there. No more bullfighting will take place there because Catalonia is the first Spanish region to ban the sport.
So here we are at the Torre Agbar. This is also known as the Bullet and dominates the skyline in this area, especially when it's lit up in red and blue at night, like you can see in the picture there.
In the distance you can actually see Poblenou and Diagonal Mar. These are two areas that are right beside the water.
So we're now panning round and we're going to head up to Gracia. This area hosts Park Guell. Now this is the last of Gaudi's creations on our tour and is our fourth recommended viewing point.
To be honest with you, it's less of a park and more of a work of art. It really has to be seen to be believed.
Exactly. So you can check out our YouTube video if you want to get a quick preview.
On to our final point, which is Tibidabo. This is actually the highest point in Barcelona. It's pretty easy to spot. You just check the skyline, look for the white church, the Sagrada Corazon, and you found Tibidabo.
So the journey up, which includes an old-style tram ride, takes a bit of time, but a trip is well worthwhile, as once you're up there, there's lots of things to do and see, like the Collserola Tower, Cosmo Caixa Science Museum,
which actually has a mini rainforest inside,
and there's even an observatory up there. But the best reason to go up is definitely for the views.
Yeah, the panorama of Barcelona is spectacular, and that makes it our final and favourite viewing point.
Which brings us to the end of our video.
We hope you've enjoyed it. We hope you found it informative. For more information on Barcelona culture, events, sightseeing, please have a look at our blog.
Or if you have any questions, just drop us a line via Facebook or Twitter and we'll be happy to help. Thanks for watching.